First of all, let me just say, the SNP get such a free ride on programmes that come from London. The left behind in Scotland are still left behind as before. The level of poverty and deprivation in the East End of Glasgow is unrepeated anywhere in Western Europe. Male longevity in parts of east of Glasgow are on a par with sub-Saharan Africa. So let's not hear about the left behind. The attainment gap between poor kids and better off kids in Scotland is as wide as it has ever been. Indeed, if you're a poor kid in Scotland, you now got a less of a chance of going to university than a poor kid in England. And historically, that's never happened before. So whether you got PR or not doesn't really help you if you're left behind. The overall lesson I would take from the United States, which is true for Western Europe and the United Kingdom and America, is politicians need to decide where elections are going to be won or lost. I've explained where they're now being won or lost in America. In Britain, they are not won or lost in the cities. They're Labour, no matter where the cities are. They're not won or lost in the posh counties. They are Conservative. They are won or lost in the provincial towns, small towns, rural areas, areas that feel left behind. And if you want to win an election now, you better have a candidate that will appeal to these people and not just appeal to your base.
Well, we never like to give anyone a free ride, but Alyn, I must let you come back and respond, if you want, to what you heard.
I think you're obliged to. Andrew really has had a long shift over there in the States and really could do with a well-deserved lie down. His frustration that the SNP keeps winning is
me. I'm sitting in
going
London.
Through there. Well, you just patronised me terribly there. The SNP is winning the centre ground of Scottish politics because we have made the case that we need more powers to deal with the issues that we are dealing with. And we've got an election coming up in May where we're putting our candidates together just now. We're putting our manifesto together. And it'll be for the people of Scotland to decide how best we are governed and how best our constitutional future is represented. And the problem Scotland has, we don't shy away from, but we need all the tools to fix them.
All right, Andrew?
There's not a single tool that you need to solve poverty in the East End of Glasgow that you don't already have. You're entirely in charge of the education system. You control the education system in Scotland, and yet the attainment gap between rich and poor kids has got wider. So it's not a matter of power, it's a matter of policy and giving it priority to make sure that a country like Scotland, which has always prided itself in poor kids getting a decent education, lives up to its historic record and not what's happening now.
All right, well, we started to talk about US politics. We've ended in Scotland there. Andrew, thank you for joining us today. A marathon few days covering the president.